Good morning, good morning, good morning. Academy 55, all the premium members and everybody else who's watching the recording. David Kahn here on Friday the 13th. Whoa, if you're superstitious, not at all. Anyway, Friday the 13th, it's 5 to 8 in the morning, watching the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame, following the Academy 55 indicators and strategy. Um, so what can we see here? We are hugging the purple line, which, surprise, surprise, that's why it's there. The EMA 462, this is where price wants to be. So it's giving itself options. Should we bounce a break or should we carry on for a deeper sell? Going on to the 5 minute time frame. As you can see, we are now in a sell zone. So we are officially looking for the next sell. I'll mark that up. Horizontal ray. And this down here is what I marked up a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of the month. This is what's known, I call a kill zone. On the daily time frame, looking for price to get into this area here before perhaps turning around. So that's all sort of confluence that we are indeed looking for the next sell, because we just got into a sell zone. So the next sell that comes along, we will be looking at with gusto. So making sure I'm a minimum of 2 pips away. Or 2.2, I like to, or 2.3. Just there. Turn conditions around, so we're in a sell, waiting for red, 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 because that's the next alert that we can take anyway, because this is how it goes. It goes a buy, a sell, a buy. So the next one on the rank is a sell anyway. So we'll be looking for that. And this is the scenario for the sell. There we go. So going off that brings our 2 to 1 down to there. See if I can make this bigger. There we go. Running off the trend line, waiting for the trend line to turn red. If that indeed happens. So your MT4 should look like this with the Arista reward in purple. You're not calc in purple. You've got the all important 1%. And I like to turn this on in case I need to close all trades. Very, very easy. There's other ways you can do it, of course, but it's so easy. This trader system makes it so easy. Making sure you've got the 1%. Like I said, turn it on to the 5 minute time frame. We've got our buy zone down here and a kill zone, what I call a kill zone from analysis on the beginning of the month on the daily time frame where price is looking to be. So I'm expecting, well, I'm not expecting, but price action determines price to go in here to this kill zone. We've got support and resistance line that's being respected here on the 5 minute. Got another sell zone up here, but if we get in between here and here, we're in sell zone territory anyway, and the sell is the next one on we would be taking. Looking at the hourly, we are definitely going down. So let's have a look at the, right, a cell just popped up if you notice. So I'm going to be looking at on the NT4 now. Volume ribbon just flicked red, then it went green again. Got a bit of volatility. That's the 8 o'clock candle we're at now. And we are in the sell zone, so we're looking for the next sell. Well, we had been in the next sell zone just there, so all good. Waiting for the next sell alert to appear. But of course, the volume ribbon just started to go red. Ultimately, we'll be waiting for the wave to go red and the trend line to go red. Can't do nothing without that. And that all-important sell alert. But if price gets down to these levels here, all of a sudden, it's all systems go for a sell. Because we are underneath the purple line. So there is a sell bias. What we want is a strong dollar. And that'll bring the EUR USD down. All very much depends on how strong the dollar is going to get, I guess. The dollar is now the strongest it's been since Tuesday, 26th of November. So has it reached its peak, or do they wish to go higher than that? We don't know. So we're waiting for a possible sell. So we'll be we're caught in a sideways action at the moment, hugging this purple line, where they will price is the average of 462 of these candles. So it's right in the middle now. Price loves balance, and it's balanced right out now. We are waiting for the next sell. Too late to operate on this buy here. So we're in our default position of waiting. We was close to a sell, so we'll get rid of that in a minute. So this is the scenario we want to see. Is price going to get up to this support and resistance line and bounce or break? Oh, right, we've got a bit of a volume push for up to that support and resistance line. It's certainly broken now. So the dollar is possibly got as high as it wants to get at the moment. And but we are in sell zone territory, so there's no way I'll be taking a buy when we're in sell zone territory like that anyway. Just got to wait for the right conditions, the right confirmations. Just having a quick look on the news. Friday the 13th of December. As you can see, it's all low-grade news. Chinese, which could affect the, well, not low news, but if you had a high impact news on China, that could impact if you're um if you were trading the Australian dollar, because there's a lot of investment. China's heavily invested in Australia. So that's got nothing to do with us. We're only looking at the EUR USD at this time. Also, the US 100, of course. Um, and the reason we pick those in conjunction with the Academy 55 strategy is because they suit my needs at my time of day that I like to trade. Also, the EUR USD usually, for the majority of the time, is a um, smooth actions without much volatility. Although yesterday, EUR USD was pretty volatile in the afternoon. It's not usually the case, and we go with the general probabilities. This also works some days on the GBP USD, but I find the GBP USD can be a lot more volatile than the EUR USD. And because we've got a low success rate that we need, only 10% or more per month, and that'll do us. Why risk trading on a probability wise? You get more volatility trades on the GBP USD than you would on the EU USD. So why risk that? Just go concentrate on one pair, work out the way it moves, the smoothness of it, and with your back testing, find that it does the Academy 55 needs as much as we need, and go from there. So this is the sell zone, previous sell zone. That's disappeared now. Oh no, it's still there. But it doesn't matter, because even if it travels all the way up to there, we're still in sell zone territory. So if we get a scenario where we're buying and then there's a sell come up and then unfortunately it goes up to a buy and creates another buy there, I wouldn't be interested in taking the buy, because we are in between sell zones. Be very bit more risky, wouldn't it? So this is the previous sell zone. If price gets up here, as you can see, that sell zone disappeared. Is it back again now? No, it's not. It's disappeared. But we know it was a previous sell zone. So I wouldn't be taking any buys now. do away with that line so as not to confuse. So I took a little trade yesterday. Details are in the back office as always. Look at the go to the end of our live training yesterday, and the next trade on I actually took, but I managed the trade and got 0.4% before our price came back down again and took me out. So that's all I did yesterday, really. So 0.4% to go onto my journal, and now I'm at 6% for the month. Hoping to get to the 10%. I try not to look at it in those terms. It is what it is. I go from day to day. Try not to think too long term. But there we go. So this is the journal that you can view as a premium member. This is the trade yesterday. That was Wednesday. Fortunately, we had two losses on Wednesday, but that's took the one trade yesterday. You go there and see the price went up, and I was going with the Parabolic SARS. Parabolic SARS went up to there, and then price came down, took me out, and then it went down. And if I hadn't done that, I would have lost 1%. But I managed to take a 0.1%, 4% profit. Profit's a profit at the end of the day. The idea is to build on the money you've got. Ideally, we want 2%, but as long as you don't lose, I mean, we accept a 1% loss because that's in the nature of things. And if there's no visual clues or no way you can disseminate in order to manage your trade, then you just accept the 1% loss as part of the picture. So in other words, if price gets to, so if this was a sell, the price, if there's no other visual clues like Parabolic SARS going down or whatever like that, you'd want to wait for price to get down over the 1% of your take profit before you move your stop loss to your entry to give it wriggle room. But if there's no other clues like if you know if there's no like purple line down here that price is coming to, or a support and resistance line that you drew on a bigger time frame, if there's nothing like that, then purely you wait till price gets to over 1% before you move your stop loss to your entry to protect your equity. Some people and some people will leave it like it is and accept the 1% loss, because I have seen price go down, nearly go down there, and then go up to there, nearly take you out, and then carry on for the 2%. That is a scenario that does happen, especially if you've caught the trend, depending on the time of day. So everybody's different, their own discretion. Everybody's got different discretions. So we're waiting for the next sell, and that'll be us. if one was to happen and appear. So let's go and I think while we're doing this, we can go and show you those support and resistance lines again. Take the indicators off for a second. Go to the hourly, put it on the line chart. Now you see why that line is there, look, because it was uh, support there and resistance there. So 1, 2, that's why that line is there. So that's obviously a very important area at 1.04657. So that area, that's why that is on there. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Now that one there is not a recent one, but oh, right, you have to go. Oh, I'm not doing that. You have to go so far back to, but the reason being is we got a support there, and if I go back far enough, there is another point there. Like I said, this area here is a kill zone using Fibonacci's, looking at the beginning of the month on the daily. Price wanted to get into this area here before shooting back up again. But that is an important area there, yeah. But so that means that if you was to let's go back on the minute. That means that price could effectively break, bounce along there, and then carry on back up again. But if it breaks it, then that could act as support, like it did on the higher time frame. But all these things you don't. I'm interested in all that sort of stuff and learning about price action. But this Academy 55 indicators and strategy was designed so that you don't need to get too involved in all that because of the nature of the green, green, green for a buy, red, red, red for a sell, waiting for price to get into the zones and all that good stuff. So, but this is an added extra. So I'm hoping that, like I said, I hope effectively I'm only 2 successful trades away from achieving my goal for the month already. So that'll be good. That'll be really good just in time for Christmas. But like I say, I don't tend to like to think too much in those terms. Take it on a daily sort of basis. Right, going back to the MT4 now. Looking at perhaps a deeper sell, maybe. And we're ready just in case. Any trades taken are for educational purposes only. So, are we going to get a deeper sell this time? Looking at the 5 minute time frame, there is no imbalance. There's no reason for price to get down these levels here. They've all been mitigated, so there's no real imbalance areas immediately that we can see. Might be a bit down there on the minute, but I mean, or is that spike? It's not that accurate, so I can't see any immediate imbalance. So this is just pure price action, wanting to equalize things. We're hovering around the purple line again. Waiting for a sell alert that did flash on and off just now, but we're waiting for the wave has just started to turn red. The volume ribbon probably will go red. Price gets down to there, it'll be a different picture altogether. Now there we go, that's a sell alert. I want my stop loss there. That's where I want my stop loss. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Like I say, I can't see any imbalances that price needs to go down to react to, so I'm going to wait to give the trend line a chance to pick up and head more horizontally. The red wave is going green. Quick look at what it's like on the bigger picture. Right, okay, so I'm at 3 pips now. I think I want to sell. I'm going to go for a sell in anticipation that this green train line is going to turn red at any time. Got 3 pips away. So this is where I am. This is the trade. Looking at the 5 minute time frame. We just started a buy there, but it's the bigger picture could be for a sell. Because this time of the day, a lot of the time it's a directional bias. So I'm hoping that is the case, obviously. But we will see. And if I get taken out for a 1%, so be it. As you notice, the trend line hasn't gone red yet, annoyingly. I was anticipating, but then again, if price gets down to these levels here, because we're underneath the purple line now, so have we gone back into the sell bias that we were before? Certainly hope so. And if price gets down to this level down here, I'm sure that trend line will go red. And then I'm justified in doing what I did. Maybe I should have waited. Well, yeah, it's a difficult call because this indicator is the most lagging indicator out of all the other ones we have within the in the Academy 5 group of indicators. This an indicator, the parabolic SAR, the wave is an indicator, the volume ribbon is an indicator, and this one, the trend line is the slowest one of the lot because it's the EMA 100, whereas the others are below 100. So they're going to turn quicker than that one. So really, the trend line is a good guide, but on the minute, especially when you get action that can happen quite fast during this time of the day, it's anticipatory sometimes. And it's at 3 o'clock, and like I say, it's now we've got imbalances up here, unfortunately. And if we get knocked out for 1%, so be it. Oh, right, I should have said me and my big mouth. Not that it listens to me, but we have an imbalance here, and it's playing the equaling price game. So, unfortunately, there we go. We got knocked out for 1%. No big deal. Personally, I'm going to come back later on during the day and see if I can get myself a trade maybe later on this afternoon or whenever, when conditions are probability wise a bit more volume coming into the market or whatever, and try again. Maybe. If I don't see it, I don't do it. Simple as, really. So, with that being said, thanks very much for being on here today. And well, welcome to Friday, the 13th of December. I got into this one rather late. I was waiting for a sell on the US 100 because it was at the highest it's ever been over there. And I went away. Now we want enough volume to get past this purple line, but hopefully we're going to get on a bit of a sell now. And yeah, get my 2%. Got into it rather late. Should have got into it but I didn't get into it there. So hopefully that won't make any difference. Now I'm looking for a bit of a volume push to get past this purple line so we can go on a bit of a sell bias going down to my 2% down there. But we'll have to wait and see on that. There you go. So as you can see, what goes up must come down, and I got my 2%. So thanks very much for your time today, and speak to you soon. Bye for now. Great weekend if we don't speak before, and we'll come back stronger again next week. So cheers for now.